What's going on? This is Jason Franco, co-host with Dave at WBFJ Crossroad Radio and SafeNet.tv, and I'm here tonight at the Wake Tonight Tour. Been talking about it for quite some time, putting those dates out there on the station, and finally here with Toby Mac. And I want to just ask him some few quick questions, some generic ones, and just see how he's doing and all that good stuff. So, man, first of all, thanks for letting me, talk to you and get with you. So, first question: how's the tour going? How do you feel?
Yeah, I mean, the tour's going great, man. I mean, Skillet is just an incredible live band.
Yeah.
It's and our hearts really. This is our second tour.
Okay.
We did last spring, and now we're doing this kind of fall winter. And I just think our hearts are really in the same. We really do things differently. Like as far as our songs,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they sort of reach out to the people that feel unloved or
Right.
the person that feels maybe outcast, whereas so they're reaching out and we're sort of inviting everybody into this diverse kingdom family together.
Right.
So I think we do things a little differently, but at the end of the day, it's the same message. And obviously, they're like a metal/rock band, and we're, I don't know, hip rock, funk, soul, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
So it all works together. But I mean, I love those guys, and we got Sean Lockout with us this tour, and that's, he's been on the road with me as part of Diversity for the last 8 years. So for him to get to take front and center, I love it.
So let me ask you real quick on Sean Locke. How did that come about? How did that take place with him coming out? Because he was your hype man, right?
Yeah, he still is.
Okay. So how did that come about?
I mean, obviously, Deshaun has a lot of things in his heart that he wants to say with music.
Okay.
He's made music for a while, and just, most of the guys in my band, have some sort of thing they're doing on the side. And as the things begin to develop, I would love to be able to sort of give them that front and center.
Oh, that's
And,
fine.
right now, Deshaun's still with us. Sooner or later, he might take it on himself.
Right.
But for now, I think he wants to stay part of the Diverse City family. He always will be part of the Diverse City family, but I think he wants to stay hyping with me. My thing is definitely not all about me. It's a whole family of people up there putting in everything they got to make, one dynamic show.
Right. Cool. Kind of change gears real quick. Right now, if someone picked up your iPod, what's been playing on it?
On mine, it's funny. Musicians, a lot of times we are playing things that we're working on.
Okay.
I'll buy the latest stuff. I'll buy. I've been rocking the new Brandon Heath single. Matt Carney, I have a couple tracks here and there. I got the clean versions of B.O.B. I love music, so I try to go out and buy the clean versions if it's some mainstream stuff that. I got kids and stuff, so
Right.
I want to keep it clean, even for my mind, to stay sharp. But I love all kinds of music, man. But mostly, honestly, what's in my iPod is what I'm working on right now. The songs I'm working on for my next record. I just put out a Christmas song that hit the airwaves last week and is now at iTunes, called Christmas This Year.
Okay.
So it's what I'm working on usually. I listen to a lot of music, but typically what I'm sort of grinding on is what I'm listening, what I'm working on.
Gotcha. Cool. Now you mentioned your kids. You wanted to keep things safe with them. What's it like being on tour and having you said you have 5?
Yeah.
Okay. What's it like being on tour and trying to connect with them?
Yeah, I don't take my kids on the road with me.
Okay.
My wife and my kids stay at home.
Okay.
And we chose to do things that way. I know, the guys from Skillet, John and Corey, their kids are out with them.
Right.
And but I think we wanted to maintain a fairly regular household. Amanda didn't want to be a homeschool teacher like Corey is. So I just try to do 3-4 days on the road and 3-4 days at home.
Oh, that's awesome.
And that's how I've always done it. And I've found that if I can be there 3-4 days a week, I'll remain a dad who's in the mix. And that's my first priority, is to not just check out on my family when I'm on tour, but to remain in the mix, to know what's going on at home, to know what homework they're doing, when their tests are, what sports they're doing. A lot of times their games are on Saturday, so I can't be there, but many times I'm at the practice with them, and a lot of times coaching.
Oh, wow. That's cool. One last question. Upcoming artists. I work with a lot of local artists in my area here in Greensboro. What would you say to an upcoming artist? Just trying to get out there and spread the word and get their ministry going to the level where you're at. What would you say to them?
I would say, you know, let God use you right where you are. I mean, whether it's in front of 10 people or 10,000, God has different parts of the body of Christ that operate in different ways. And I mean, you might be able to have conversations at a small church after you led worship, or backstage at a club, that I might not be able to ever have in an arena like this, because, you know, people come in one door and the buses and stuff are at another door. Wow. So I just think, you know, you never know what God's doing with you. I mean, you might be called to a very local type music ministry,
right,
or you might be called to a national touring, or you might be called to England to use your music. So wherever God has you is where He wants you. Do the best you can be the best you can be, and ask Him to breathe songs through you that are useful right where you are.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Thanks again, Toby.
Yeah, absolutely.
I appreciate it.
Bless you guys.
Tonight's the night.